So we have a large oak here. We're gonna do a preventative curative treatment of imidacloprid, or your Mauget Imicide, 4mm capsules. They recommend, I think, 3 to 4 inches. So you're gonna see with this injection that I really like to use the flare for my injection site. So I'll make a couple of videos. I never have a cameraman with me, but I'm also using the Vigor 53. So I'm gonna show you how you can use the insecticide. I use the insecticide first, and once the tree sucks up the solution and the intake is 100% or out of the capsule, I'll swap the capsule over to my fertilizer. But I'm going to try to give you some tips of what I go by to prevent leaking and to get the best uptake. Oaks are really good about getting the material intake quickly. I just give it a little tap like that. That's what I do. Don't tap it hard. I made a huge mistake first time I injected trees of having a rubber mallet and was really womping on it. I thought that's what you needed to do, and I jammed up all of the capsules. It was just a train wreck. So I don't recommend doing that with these type of Mauget capsules. So anyways, I don't like to inject in an area like this here, so I'm gonna change the video. So I really don't like injecting in an area like this. So what I'll do is, so if generally that's a good rule of thumb where it's gonna be, so I would really be in right here. I'm just gonna come up above this one here and then just plant another one right where I want it. So this is where I want it, and down at an angle here. So what I do is I touch it, pull it out. You can see the material's very, it's just, you can tell it's old. It's not fresh, it's not white. I don't know what it's. So once I start to see, you'll feel the tension in the drill. Pull it out, you can see the colors changing, but it's still not there. You'll feel it torque down. Like I'm in it now. Yeah, definitely in it. You see how white it is on the end? So once I hit that and I get that material, I'm gonna hit it again. Just a little bit. I'm good. Kind of cleans out the hole. You see how white that is? It's a really good spot to be. I hope that helps you. Somebody else may tell you completely different, but I've had really good success with this technique on different types of trees. But again, in these areas, I don't like to, where you see this root system flare start to come out, I don't like to get in the center here. The tissue is really deep down in there. I like to get in this area here. The uptake is just phenomenal. So I don't want to put one there. I don't want to go higher. I want to be lower. So I'm just gonna, this is my spot. I'm gonna come in here. So I'm gonna try to show you again. I'm down at an angle. This is my drill placement. So I'm gonna hit it, and you're gonna start seeing white tissue quickly. You already see it? I don't want it to leak. Go in just a little bit more. The drill really torques down. I really like that. So generally, whenever I see the good, really clean white tissue, I'm gonna bump it again within 1/4 of an inch. And I had really success with that. And again, there's a lot more experienced people than me and better people than me. I'm just trying to help some of you guys that are getting started. I was fortunate enough to have some help. Some of you may not be. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Hang on. You can see I got it on now. But you see where it kind of leaked a little bit? And then that's whenever I just will tap it. A lot of guys use a rubber mallet. I don't, because I had a horrible experience with them. And you can, on these Mauget capsules, you can break the seal with just putting it together with your hand. You don't need no rubber mallet. I just had a bad experience with clogging up the capsule. See that white tissue coming out, the drill bit? Pull it out. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I'm gonna hit it one more time. Push down, clean out, I'm good. Try to get this in there a little bit better this time so I don't leak any medicine. my capsules here. I'm gonna try to do this so you can see. Oh, there we go. You hear it? I didn't have to use a mallet to do it. Now I just bump it. And then just freaking, hopefully some of these tips will help you. And then I'm going to show you how to change out the capsule over to the fertilizer. See, it's already sucked it up. I just got done. So the DBH on this tree up here calls for 20 capsules. So with your capsule placement, what I did, I went around on this flare, which I have found, and other people may tell you different. That's fine. I mean, different strokes for different folks. For me, I like to find the placement based off of my experience where I feel like the tree is going to have the best uptake. And as you can see in the video, I showed you kind of some tips on drilling. I really like the flare. This is massive, beautiful oak. This flare is just gorgeous. You can really get some quick uptake. I just put these in less than 2 minutes ago, and they're already up. So you don't have to have them spaced perfectly 3 inches, 4 inches apart. I have a Chinese pistache that I did in the front that had hit with wood boards really bad, and the bark is messed up on one side. I didn't feel comfortable drilling into that bark where there was a lot of disruption, so I actually didn't drill on that side. I put those 4 capsules on the other side. I didn't put any capsules on this side over here. I put them all around, and just where, from my experience, where I felt like the sweet spots were. And they're working really good. The uptake is very, very nice. And I mean, you can just see them. I mean, it really works. And some people may tell you that these, you can see I'm too fast. Had a little leakage there. You can see minor leakage there. The uptake in that one. So what I'm gonna do now, and what a trick I can tell you, obviously to help you make more money, but also to help you have better tree care and a better tree care program, is once you have this Imicide or your insecticide, whatever you're using, your uptake, you can then come with a nice fertilizer in the same stem. I'm calling it a stem. I'm going to use this Vigor 53 that really is great for preventative tree care, really great for just for root maintenance, for root growth, for just health and longevity in your tree. Also helps with your tree's ability to fight off different types of funguses and anthracnose and all of the great diseases that we treat, funguses that we treat regularly. So we're going to use these capsules. So again, I don't have a cameraman. Here's a great one right here. Great placement. I was obviously taking my time. And there's another one. See, I just love these flares. I really jacked that one up, didn't I? See, a lot of arborists won't show you their mistakes, but I will. Okay, so I took this capsule off. I got a better camera angle now. I just kind of popped it off, so it's off. Now I'm just going to take this. I don't use a rubber mallet. I just put both my fingers on this little tab and push down with my thumbs. You hear it? The seal's broke. Now push it down, and I just kind of tap it really lightly. And now you're getting your fertilizer intake. Here's another great one right here. I'm going to hold the stem down, kind of twist the top, take it off, switch over to my fertilizer. That's it. Okay, so as you're learning to inject trees, I try to share some of my experience with you. Hopefully it helps you. I got 2 that are being a pain in the butt. This one I had to replace because I accidentally bumped it or something, and it kind of came out and leaked everywhere. Anyways, the others are all, I'm really happy with the placement on these, with using the flare, the tips I showed you in drilling, finding that white, fresh tissue, going a little bit past that, kind of just bumping it again, was very successful. So out of 20 capsules, I got 2 that are getting a pain in the butt. So this is just my opinion for what do you do whenever you have one that just is being a pain in the butt. Well, I have a lot more trees to inject out here, so I'm actually going to leave these 2 alone. That area might just be uptaking a little bit slower. I'm going to see what it does. Give it 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to go mess with this other tree over there. If it doesn't work, then what I will do is just snap another video and show you what I do. But most likely, I will just take like this capsule here and I'll move it over to here. I love injecting trees in these areas. They're like this area. They're just so successful. I'll just move it over. I don't like to pop another hole in the tree, but you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so walking over here to this other oak, I'd already injected before the ones I showed in the video. So I mentioned that I had left 2 injections over there. They were just really uptaking slow. Well, I had the same thing over here. I had some capsules that just were uptaking slow. They weren't ready to change out when I switched to the other tree. So now I'm back over here. I'm going to check them out. Look now, these are now empty. I gave it a little bit of time, went and injected another tree. Now I'm back. Now I'm gonna switch these out. I really stay away from indented areas like this. You'll try to pop something in there. Stay away from crevices like this. I try to get flat areas. But see, I'm up a little bit higher with those 2 placements. I'm not fond of it at all. Most likely, I'll be out here for a little while. If they don't take, I'll relocate them to an area like that. My advice, number 1 is to make sure that obviously that you get the right insecticide, fertilizer for your program, whatever you're needing to target whatever you're doing. Out here I'm targeting wood borers, so I'm dealing with an imidacloprid approach, but definitely want to put a nice fertilizer in while I'm working out here as well. It's better for the tree, it's better for profit, it's better all the way around. It's just a great idea, so I recommend that. Also, you know, if you have a healthy root system, your tree's going to do a lot better. So any type of fertilizer that you can get that really can help develop your roots and help to maintain your root system and just really help improve your root system, it's just a great defense for the tree. The second thing is for your injection capsules. Remember on the drilling part of the video that I tried to do my best in showing you, because when I first started, as you may be first starting, how do you know when to stop? You know you got to hit the sweet spot. Find that really fresh tissue. Once you hit it, you just start drilling real hard. Once you hit that fresh tissue, you pull the drill out and then bump it again. So you're within 1/4 of an inch in that fresh tissue. That's where I found my most success. You're going to make mistakes. The first tree job I had was a bunch of pine trees, and I hate injecting pine trees. They're so difficult. And I had 1 or 2 trees that really uptook everything, but I had trees that gave me so many problems, and it was a nightmare. And I beat the end of these capsules with rubber mouths and clogged up all the stems, and I made so many mistakes people never want to admit or talk about. I made a ton of them. And anyways, I just learned over time. But oaks are fun to treat because the uptake's really fast, and you have these massive, beautiful flares that you can really work with. So just watch your placement. These 2 here, like you can remember in the video, they're not doing very well, and I don't know why I put them there. I could have put them there, which would have been great. They would have already uptook. I guarantee you, if I would have injected these 2 capsules, the only 2 out of all of them that are giving me problems, this tree had 25, 26 capsules. If I'd have put them right here, I guarantee you that already. I really think that's it. This tree is having great success too. 25 or 26 capsules, I think. I can't remember, I have to look. I only have 3 that are giving me trouble, but the placement's bad. So that's why I tell you, even I am still a rookie at this stuff. Even I, with some experience, had 2 bad placements there. I wish that I would have put them somewhere else. I hope this video helps you with your venture of becoming an arborist. And don't be afraid of it. Don't feel like you can't learn. Arborists that have been doing it for a long time are always going to know more than you. The arborist that I work under, one of my great friends, knows way more than I know still to this day. Can identify trees better than me, can identify problems in trees better than me. But as I've learned and developed knowledge, you build more confidence in doing it, and you can do it. It is something that you can do. It's something that you can have a lot of fun doing. But here's what we'll talk about placement of your injection capsules. So I didn't do it on this side. You see the damage from the wood borer. You see the sap pouring out. The tree's fighting off the infection. This tree was hit with wood borers before the planting. It should have never been sold to the tree. I stayed away from this damaged area. And that's what I talk about tree placement. You'll learn to find the sweetest spot in the tree. And I've already switched some of these out to the fertilizer, but I put them over here. So the 3 that were gonna be on the other side, because in this situation, I'm not injecting on the flare, I'm injecting 6 to 8 inches up. So I am spacing 3 to 4 inches apart perfectly. I just brought those capsules that were gonna go on the other side over to here. That was the best decision, but you see this one's ready now. I'm gonna swap it over to a fertilizer. And the uptake on these ones pretty slow, but I'm just so happy that there is some uptake. Okay, so here's the spot where I had that bad placement. I couldn't get the uptake. I told you I could move them over there and they would take up. Told you. Now placement is huge. This one's gone too. So now I'm gonna switch those out to my fertilizer. So that's a really great example. I'm glad we got to see that. So I just really love injecting in the flare like this. It's awesome.